Hi, once again, this is Mr. Dean. So, we are at other exercises. Now, I'm assuming you've already gone over your first few exercises, meaning that these are the basic C major scale, so the whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes. Once you have passed those off with me, once they're checked off, I want you to move on to the other exercises. Now, these are using the C major scale, so they're using the exact same notes, but they're kind of stretching your ideas of how they can be used. This very first exercise, let's take a little listen to how it sounds. Okay? So what's happening here is, whoops, where's my other exercise? There it is. Now, I have a C, an E, a D, and an F. How I play that on the piano is like this. I'm taking a look right over here. And so I'm thumb, and I play that with my middle finger. And I switch back and play this with my thumb, middle finger, thumb, middle finger. And I'm just pivoting back and forth. Back and forth until I'm doing all these different notes. Okay, and that's how it's performed right there. Okay, it's a pattern. Every other note. Every other note. Every other note. Okay, so that's the trick with that. Now, patterns here is actually a 5-finger exercise. So, this first note is a, well, should have labeled that as a C. And so I have C, D, E, F, G right there. So C, D, E, F, G. And if you place your hand down with the thumb on the C, so thumb, and if your pinky's right there, you can just roll right through those notes. And so it should sound like this. Make sense? And then, if you're, this next one is another set of 5 notes. Well, all I have to do is just shift my thumb from there to there, and then I have all 5 fingers. Now, these notes might be a little tricky to come out at first because you're using your ring finger and your pinky. And for some of you who just started piano, your ring finger and your pinky might not be as strong as you'd like them to be so far. So this exercise is actually help you out to strengthen your ring finger and your pinky so you can just roll through your 5 fingers. Okay, now let's talk about patterns 2. This one's a little bit similar to patterns, not patterns 1, but other exercises. And here's why. So our first note is a C, our second note is an E, third note is a D, and fourth note is a C. So I play my first note, skip up to the E, and go back down to the C. Now this next phrase right here skips up and moves downhill. And you can even see it in the note. Skips up, moves downhill. Up one note, skips up, moves downhill. So, next note, next note. And so you can go through and work this out. Remember, you can always write in the notes. Alright, now diatonic chords. If you notice here, ooh, that's not just one note, it's many notes at a time. And so you're going to have to go in and label each of those notes, and I would stack them up. C, E, and G. So we're playing that on the piano. Let's check this out here. C, E, and G. My next chord here is D, F, and A. So I have D, F, and A. So my first 2 chords are this, then Then, if you notice, it's a pattern, so just keep on following the pattern. And remember too, these are whole notes, so they're going to take up 4 beats apiece. So let's take a listen to this to remind ourselves how to count through 4 beats, and I'll count through with it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, now the chord progressions, you're going to have to do the same skills, but it's not just as easy as this time. The patterns change. So you're going to have to look, read each note like it's a, like a word. So C, E, G. This second one is B, D, G. Okay, so C, E, G is that first chord. There's the first one on the piano. Now this second one, okay, so I have my B, I have a D, and then I have a G. So I play my first chord, I play my second chord. And you can see that this pattern is not the same as that. That's a different chord right there, and I'm sure you can even hear the difference. Okay? That's the way it's supposed to be, right there. And then I encourage you to find out what the notes are for this chord. Let me give you a clue. It looks really similar to that one. Okay? And then also for this chord and the end one here. And so you should be able to figure it out real quick there. And I encourage you to do the same with these other chord progressions. These are designed to make you kind of look at the notes, make you look at how each of the chords is constructed, and then put your fingers in the right place. Now I would go through one chord at a time. Okay, how is that spelled? C, E, G. Okay, oh, here's the second one. How is that spelled? C, F, A. And go and figure that out. And the same with this one, the same with this one, and start playing them as if you're doing a little math problem. First chord, second chord. Then go first chord, second chord, third chord. Take your time. All these chord progressions and all this practice will happen in time as long as you put a little effort into each step. Okay, good practicing.